You're a proponent of women
done.
waiting to have sex until they are sure they're seeing consistency and commitment from men. Who here at the table agrees? Do you agree that women should wait to have sex until they are sure they're seeing consistency and commitment from men? Or at least waiting some portion of time before just having sex?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, into the mics, please.
I think so.
What was the question?
That was a nope for me.
No for you. I recall that in your notes. Over here, you guys?
No.
So no waiting.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Correct.
And then those of you who said, yeah, I should wait, just show of hands, have you been with a guy that you didn't wait for?
I'm sorry, what the question?
I'm sorry, I'm not going to repeat myself. You just have to kind of listen, and I'm sorry, but...
Yeah, the guy that I was with for 6 years, I think it was maybe after like a month or so. It was still waiting, but not like an extended period. And obviously it worked out until I left. Yeah.
Okay, let me simplify the question here. Those of you who said, yes, it's good to wait, have you ever not waited?
I mean, how long is waiting? I don't know.
One night
is it a month?
stands.
Yeah.
How long do you think you should wait?
I would say at least like a month, personally. I think anything longer than
Which
that would be
happens to
excessive.
correspond with the exact amount of time that you happened
Exactly.
to wait in the shortest period, right?
That's why I did.
Right? Okay.
I'm like, ladies, take
Isn't
notes.
that interesting that it just happens to correspond with the shortest period of time?
She manifested.
I was about to say.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, on your journey.
A short journey, but a journey nonetheless.
Yeah, on your journey of self-discovery.
Exactly.
What about you? What's the shortest amount of time that you should wait?
I usually, everybody I ended up doing it with was like 6 months or over.
Okay.
I've never had a one night stand.
You're a fucking liar!
You think I'm a liar?
I was gonna just call you out on that
You
because
think
you
I'm
just
lying?
said the guy you were
You
with was
waited.
6 months.
Yeah.
And you haven't touched him yet?
We literally just did it. And I don't have to fucking
I call
lie.
bullshit.
I don't have to fucking lie. Honestly, if I'm being fucking for real, I did have sex with him literally now, and now we're going to Italy next month for my birthday, and I think I might end up really being with this guy.
Wait, so the quickest you've hooked up with a guy was 6 months?
Yes. You guys, everybody can think I'm a liar. I don't give a damn.
So
I know me.
So you haven't done 5 months or 4 months, which 3? That's even a long time. Haven't done that.
Also, oral counts.
Is it what counts?
Oral counts.
Oral counts. Oh no, I don't even like giving head. I like receiving it.
Did he give you head before then? Did he give you head before
Oh
then?
yes, he did. So there's.
How long in?
Okay, that's
6
sad.
months?
Okay,
Too
okay.
How
That
long?
was like 2 months in, 2-3 months
Total
in. So
bullshit.
Yeah.
no,
dude,
on
what?
God, I swear to God, I'm not even
So he
capping.
gave you head and that was that. No, like
This is
nothing
this is
else.
so much cope.
I
so
swear
much
to
cope.
God, you guys are not even knowing. People that actually know me know that this is how I am.
Wait, hold on. And you're a sex worker.
This
though,
guy's
right?
giving you,
That's
taking you
what
to
I was
Italy.
gonna
And
say.
you
You're a
don't
sex
even-
worker, right? Like stripper. You
I used to strip. I
you
don't strip anymore.
You used to, but you do
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
When you were a
Well,
stripper, did-
OnlyFans is like me, like
Wait, so
basically twerking.
your like moral compass is that's like you'll do like stripping and all that, but like one night stand, it's just totally off the table.
I think that is so different.
I mean, it's possible, but it's typically
Having one night stands, that's like totally different
Okay,
from
how
stripping.
about okay, fine. You hooked up with a guy on the 3rd date and you dated him for 3 years. That's never really. You dated them for a couple months or a couple years. Really?
few weeks.
Every guy.
when you were a stripper, did you do
That's so
extras?
bullshit.
No,
Okay.
no, I'm not a dude, so I don't. Nothing. I've,
See, at least you know that's prostitution.
That's prostitution.
So many-
Honestly, you
so
guys
many
can
strippers
believe
just say
whatever
that
the hell
that's
you guys want
not.
to
It's
believe,
wild.
but I know what the hell I did. I shake ass, and that's the most I fucking did. So, and that's what I do on my. If you guys want to subscribe, go ahead. Feel free to. You'll see a bunch of.
Wait, can I ask you a question? So, like, if you heard a stripper tell you, because you worked in how many clubs?
Like 8.
8 different clubs.
Yeah.
So, if like a stripper came up to you and she told you she was a virgin, would you believe her?
There's a possibility. There's those rare few. I mean, I started like.
Which way
stripping
would
at-
you lean, though?
Huh?
Which way would you lean?
Well, obviously, everybody's gonna be looking at her. You're a stripper. Everybody assumes that strippers are like what? but that's not the case.
Well, so it is. Look, I'll even grant that it is possible a woman could, I suppose, jump a few steps ahead and become but still be a virgin. It could happen. Maybe it has. In fact, it probably has happened. But it's kind of like it's like, oh, somebody just jumps straight into like shooting heroin. It's like, well,
stripping, you're going to compare stripping to shooting heroin?
No, I'm trying to say,
kind of like
it's
the
like
leeway into it.
Yeah,
like
he's saying that there's a lead into it.
It's all how you look at stuff. It's all how you do stuff. So pretty much, yes, I was
True,
stripping.
but you agree with me that there's patterns for how people usually do stuff.
Yeah.
And one of those patterns is like if you're a hard addict, you usually started with softer drugs. If you're somebody who's
like a
in
gateway
sex,
drug.
yeah. If you're somebody who's in work, you usually had kind of a graduated experience from promiscuity to this, right?
She was a
there's
Jehovah's
still,
Witness.
in other words, there's still patterns.
Unless they're doing it out of like necessity, like they're in a financial bind or something, they have no other choice. You know what I mean? Like maybe they became a stripper for that reason, and they don't like enjoy it per se.
No,
but,
that's
like,
not usually the pattern,
Never.
though,
I have
right? That
friends
would
that have
be
done it for that
so. I
reason.
think that would usually be the outlier to the pattern. I'm
Yeah.
not saying again that that's not
Yeah.
possible and doesn't happen. I'm sure it does. Brian would concede that does.
Do you think like every stripper does it because they enjoy it genuinely?
No.
If a girl
So,
is stripping,
hang
there's-
on. Let me respond real quick. So, to your question, nothing's a monolith. It's not saying all cases of all things always are X, right? That would be absurd.
Yeah.
You just can't ever make the human behavior's super complex, so you can't always make those determinations. But what I can say is that human beings are pattern recognition machines, and that is what we are, and that's how you can predict that you're in a safe area. That's how you can make, and you're almost always right about these things, right? Because you predict it based on patterns. The same thing occurs with stripping, sex work, drug addicts, addictive behavior, and you know this because you can make predictions based on these things.
Okay.
Right?
Making predictions, that's judging a book by its cover. Like usually what doctors usually do is making an educated guess.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And I thought that you
that's
were just
no
talking
idea
about
what
Look, that's
is the backstory.
That's true, but there's all sorts of times where judging a book by its cover is just fine. Like, let me give you an example of that. A guy runs in with a rifle and a ski mask into a store. He might not be robbing the store, right? Is that not correct? He might not be robbing the store, right?
I mean, it's a bit different.
9 times out of that's
a girl. That
Oh, wait a second.
But
Why are you judging a book by its cover?
Because he's
That's a wait a second.
on.
That's unbelievable that you would do
it's because
that.
he's trying to harm someone. A stripper's not trying to hurt
Wait,
anyone.
harm? Wait.
Yeah.
We haven't
But
established
it
she's
can be
trying to harm
assumed.
anyone.
But it
We
can
haven't
be assumed
established
because
she's.
that's like a fight or flight.
You're
If someone runs in
assuming,
with a
right? You're
gun.
assuming.
If someone
You're
runs in with a weapon,
you're-
yes.
Okay,
then
here.
you
Let me give you an
assume that's
easier
fight or flight.
example. You're walking down the street at night, okay, and there's a group of men who are walking towards you, and you cross the street. Aren't you making a shitload of assumptions?
Again, that's a woman alone at night in the
So?
middle of the street. One's a woman in a strip club doing her
Making
job.
tons of assumptions.
Right, but one's like a matter of safety. Both of those were.
So what? Everything's a matter of safety.
A stripper?
Every predictive model you come up with is a matter of safety. What are you talking about?
How is that
You
for
actually
stripping,
willingly
though?
going to the strip club. So how is that a
Everything.
matter of
Okay, tell
safety?
me what you do that isn't a matter of safety. Honestly, when you make a predictive model based on how you judge people
If I
or
were a
judge your
stripper.
surroundings, yeah, that wouldn't be a safety issue.
How?
You wouldn't want like bouncers around, things like this.
But what? Okay, but back to the initial question, though. I don't understand. Like,
Back to the fact that we're pattern recognition machines. Because we're pattern recognition machines, we pick up patterns all the time, nonstop. We make all sorts of judgments on people all the time for our own personal safety.
that might be wrong, right?
Yeah, of course.
So assuming she went into sex,
Yeah,
she was already
okay,
promiscuous.
okay,
you know?
but I'm
That's what
not saying that they couldn't be wrong. But I'm giving
Right.
you examples of where you could be wrong when a guy runs in with a mask, or
those are
if a
matters of
guy,
safety.
if you hop into a car that's making loud banging noises, right?
Safety
You could be
again,
complete everything safety.
But not
What
a
isn't
stripper, a
safety?
stripper.
How is that not
Not a
safe? I
stripper,
don't
really.
understand how that's not safety
Because she
related.
wasn't promiscuous prior. She might not have been. She might have been going into it because of necessity.
Yeah, but your
That's not-
value. Okay,
nothing
wait,
pertain-
wait,
help
stop.
me
We're
understand
talking
how
past
that
each other.
pertains to safety.
You're making a value judgment,
Mm-hmm.
right? Why would you be making a value judgment on if someone's a sex worker or not? It's because you think, okay, wait a second, there might be a problem here. Might be an
Right.
issue here.
An issue? What do you mean an issue?
Yeah.
What's
Well, like, I don't know, if you were dating and someone says, oh, I'm a sex worker, now you're worried about what?
Using that worker term is
Let
crazy.
me answer the question. Okay, now suddenly it's, oh, she might have STDs. Oh, she might have venereal disease. She might, or she might be very promiscuous. Or all those all seem like they're very much safety related to me.
but
That's if you go to that point to end up trying to have sex with a What strippers are exotic dancers.
Yeah, but what I'm
I
talking
dance,
about
I
is
entertain.
value judgments, which are generally made.
Saying how it could affect you is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Well, they're
that's
not-
how we make all value judgments.
They're not just dancers. I mean, you buy a dance, you go in the back room, they sit on your lap, and all of that. So
Yes, I think we're just
that's where
talking past each other.
But
So
I
maybe
think
we
it's the same.
can.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
I do. Like that it's like basically what's her past because of what she does, which I don't think is like always accurate, of course. But I do see what you're saying
Yeah.
about how like there's a risk associated because there's an image
Right.
that people
Right.
see.
And so because of this risk which is there, that's why value judgments are there, right? It's the same reason I think that women will cross the street if they're alone at night and there's, two men walking towards them, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Right? I think that they're making a value judgment even though it's probably wrong. In fact, it almost always will be wrong. Almost every single time. But I don't blame them for doing it. I don't blame them for making that value
Maybe the
judgment.
same thing with your judgment is wrong with possibly, I don't know how you judge exotic dancers, but maybe your judgment is wrong for that.
Yeah.
Do you think that exotic dancers are like
But even if I
forced?
conceded that was true, that really wouldn't negate my point, which is that we make these value judgments based on patterns that we see. So whether or not I judge them wrongly or not wrongly or whatever, that really wouldn't matter to the point of we're judging based on patterns that we see. So usually if we see a stripper, you would agree with me that in most cases there was probably escalations which led to this. In most cases it was not I'm 18 and I grew up on the farm and I just can't wait to get to the club. I can't wait, Dad. I can't. Come on, Fido. We're gonna go take the cab to the strip club in the city. I can't wait. Like that's not the normal story, right? The normal story is a single mom, in the home, all sorts of things like this, escalations which led up to promiscuity. These are the common stories which are heard and the common stories which people hear, not, I was a little house on the prairie and I just couldn't wait to go take off my clothes in front of a bunch of men in a club. That's not usually what you hear, right?